I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig, and you're probably wondering, where are the poles that it says you're reviewing in the title of this video? Well, these things are so freaking cool. They're ultra light and they're ultra compact. Check this out. I had them inside my jacket, silly. These are absolutely amazing. They are the MSR Dynalock Ascent Pole. You can see just how small these poles are, completely folded up. They also come with nice pieces of Velcro to keep them folded up. So if you're storing them, a little bit of Velcro goes a long way. I've used adjustable poles in the past, but I have not used anything quite like the Dynalock Ascent Pole. You can see that they're almost manufactured like a tent stake, where they have a cord that runs through them to keep all the pieces together. Don't worry, it's not just a piece of cordelette. It looks like it's probably a piece of wire that's wrapped in plastic. To put them together, all you do is hold the bottom of the handle on the top and pull, and the entire pole clicks together. As simple as that. Now this is the small version, measuring 100 to 120 centimeters. They also make a little bit larger one that's 120 to 140 centimeters. These particular poles come in at 471 grams. They are a carbon fiber that's reinforced with Kevlar. So they're light yet extremely strong. And I've tested these in a lot of different conditions, from sled skiing on the snowmobiles to literally strapping these things on the back of the sled to see how much abuse they could take, to resort skiing, to backcountry skiing. And I was really pleased overall. My biggest concern that I had with these is how stiff are they really gonna be, because they come apart in 3 different sections. And where I noticed it the most, honestly, was in the lift line at the ski resort. Putting these on the ground and trying to push through the lines at the ski resort, I could kind of get a little bit of flex in the main body of the pole, but that's honestly the only time that I ever noticed it. And it wasn't really that noticeable, but that was something that I wanted to try out and see how much flex I could get. And that's probably why I noticed it. The average person using these probably wouldn't really notice a little bit of flex to them. Absolutely, when you're skiing, I don't notice anything to these poles. They feel just as stiff as my normal alpine poles. Some great features that these do have is that your wrist strap here is padded. So if you want to use these in the summertime, they're going to be comfortable if you're not wearing gloves. They're also easy to adjust just by pulling on the strap here. You can make them smaller, as well as pulling out will make them bigger. Ease of adjustability is always great. Also, you have your main handle here, but if you're out in the backcountry skinning and you're side hilling, it does have a nice grip that's a little bit lower. So if your pole's high, you don't have to put your hand really high up on the pole. Now this Dynalock feature is really neat. So this is actually what is adjusting the length of the pole up top. And the Dynalock is adjustable. So if you want to snap it down and you find that maybe the amount of pressure you're putting on the pole wants to collapse it, you can adjust the Dynalock to make it a little bit tighter, which is a great feature because it sucks if your poles aren't staying in the position because you're putting a lot of force on them. The basket on these, this particular one, is a snow basket. However, it does come with a hiking basket for the summer. Speaking of summer, there's absolutely no reason you can't use these for the summertime. The fact that they collapse so easily means you can just throw them in your backpack, and if you don't necessarily need them for that portion of a hike, you don't have to use them and you don't have to figure out where to store them because they're so small and they're not weighing you down. They do come apart extremely easily. It's just a push button near the top of the pole. You push it and collapse the top. At that point, you can pull the rest of it apart and it collapses down. It's literally a couple seconds to get it down and a couple seconds to get it back together. I'm so overly impressed with these poles because there's situations where maybe there's a creek crossing on a hike and you're thinking, man, I'd really love to have a couple poles right now, but I don't need them for the rest of the hike. These are great to take on excursions such as that. Or if you're split boarding, obviously you don't need the poles going down. These poles will easily collapse and they won't weigh you down. Again, these are made by MSR and they are the Dynalock Ascent Pole. If you guys have any questions about these particular poles, please leave them in the comments section below and Callie and I will get back to you. Also, if you're wondering where we are or what we're up to, check us out on Facebook and Instagram at Adventure Rig. Thank you again for watching. I'm Tyson with Adventure Rig.